They're constantly bothering the people. Anybody that's out there for the protection of the people happens to be in direct conflict with them. What makes them mad about it? What makes them mad about it is that they have black people and white poor people and red poor people and Puerto Rican poor people and Latin American Puerto Rican people of poor people of all descents. They had them caught up in their movements based on racism when the Black Panther Party stood up and said that we don't care what anybody says. We don't think you fight fire with fire best, we think you fight fire with water best. We're gonna fight racism, not from racism, but we're gonna fight with solidarity. We said we're not gonna fight capitalism with black capitalism, but we're going to fight it with socialism. We stood up and said we're not going to fight reactionary pigs and reactionary state's attorneys like this and reactionary state's attorneys like Hanrahan with any other reactions on our part. We're going to fight their reactions with all of us people to get together and have an international proletarian revolution.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Mother's House Podcast, and we are here to, podcast. I'm Deshaun.
My name's Corey. We in the building. What's happening? Peace to you all. What up, cuz?
Jilla, what's up with you?
I'm coolin'. You know what I'm saying? We just dropped the Nas, so if y'all haven't checked that out. Our review on the Nas album.
Right, Nazia.
So right now we're gonna jump into the Carters.
The Carters, also known as Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
So
Himself.
Right. So they released this album. They on tour, the On the Run 2 tour, and they released this album. They did a little surprise album, and it's called Everything Is Love. And it's about 9 tracks. Overall, how I feel about the album, I'm not super fond of Beyonce the rapper, but at the same time, I don't want to put anybody in the box and make it seem like an artist can't do, different genres and explore different things and just have a good time. I do feel like on this album, she's just kind of having a good time, and that's always fun.
Yeah, it does seem like she was having fun on this album, but I'm not sold on the trap Beyonce.
I'm not either. I just can't take it seriously. I can't. It sounds like she's just playing.
Right.
Like, to me, the album almost sounds like a mixtape. But even with all that being said, it's not bad before we get people, trying to come for our heads and shit. You said what?
I mean, songs you like off the
I
album.
like the words. Second, I'm joking. I like the cover. Second, I'm joking. But I like about 3 or 4. I feel like I don't like trap Beyonce. I'm not a fan of trap Beyonce.
Right.
I didn't like 7-Eleven, really. I didn't like Formation by itself. I like the video and I like the whole message, but just when I heard it on the radio, I wasn't fond of it.
Right.
But the album still isn't a bad album. It's cool. It's a quick listen. They're experimenting with the whole Black Power thing. They're in and out of that, and they're also in and out of a couple of issues that I guess they've been having as far as with Kanye and with Drake and Jay-Z's the Grammys. Jay-Z spoke on the Grammys as far as being I guess duped on 444. He also spoke on a little bit on Beyonce. She said F Spotify, even though that album is now on Spotify and Apple Music. So far as like the streaming wars, they spoke on that. They spoke on Jay-Z kind of having Fed trouble with Tidal. Y'all know they're saying that he might have inflated the numbers or something like that. So they did speak on some current things that are happening in their lives, and I still didn't. It's just something about it that's not. Another thing I don't like about the album is I'm really over trap, and I really want that era to stop.
Yeah.
Because the production sounds like something I already heard.
It does.
I feel like we've heard just about everything we could hear from trap music.
It sounds like this album sounds like I said earlier when you talked about it off air. I said that if I Got the Keys and Formation had a baby, that's this album.
I know. Ooh, that's an ugly baby.
That's not this album. And not to say that this album is bad. This album ain't bad. Like I like Summer. I like 713 Friends, and
to be honest, I probably like most of the album because I like Summer. I like Friends. Heard About Us.
Didn't like Ape Shit.
I don't like Ape Shit.
Even though a lot of the songs that I didn't really like, it's not because the content or what they're talking about, because they're talking about stuff like you were saying, like you were just breaking down what they were talking about. They were talking about those kind of things, you know, but as far as cohesiveness or the musicality of it, it's nothing I will ever return to, really. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like...
Say what you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I feel like they're more so followers with this album instead of leaders, because I feel like they're trying to follow trends. I think their whole formula of, I don't know if they do this on purpose or what, but as far as like responding with their music and creating things with their music, I feel like that's being worn out as well.
I think people just tired of Jay-Z and Beyonce.
They are very omnipresent lately. I'll blame it on Instagram too, just because it seems like, even though it's been 2 years since Beyonce released the album, it's only been 1 year since Jay-Z released the album, but because of social media, you can always, even if I don't even search for these people, I'm always being introduced to them. Like, I'm constantly seeing pictures of them and memes of them and updates on their every step, and that's not their fault.
No, it's not. I think with me, and this goes back to the Nas album, the authenticity in the music and a lot of the music nowadays are just drained. It's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? I think we getting sold, like, the essence of the soul of the musicality of artists is just not there. The experimentation, don't get me wrong, they experimenting, but it's not great. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I feel like when people experiment, I need to hear something new. You know, it needs to be something new and interesting. Like, oh my God, like, did you hear Beyonce do trap? Like, it sounded different. It just sounds like
everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody else. It's very trendy.
It's very trendy. Do you think they're pandering to Black Power movement, the trend of Black Power?
I think they are marketing to that crowd. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely marketing to that crowd, and it kind of desensitized the actual need for the movement. You know what I'm saying? It's not building a soundtrack for it. It's building a coalition with today's society. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you remember Martin Luther King said, you know, I think I'm running us into a burning building. I think this type of music and this type of energy that they are bombarding everybody with the oversized Black Power movement in their music, it's not authentic. And when it doesn't come off authentic, it comes off too commercial. When it comes off commercial, it's selling you something.
Right.
It's selling you a misbelief. It's selling you a dream. Like, for instance, how are we going to be like so black excellent, but we still trying to rock off the Maybach? You know what I'm saying?
Right, like, how you dropping tops off Maybachs? You got on Burberry. Why you at the Loop?
Well, yeah. Why you at the Loop? Why are we honoring and fantasizing about white aesthetics instead of tapping more so into our African or black aesthetics?
Right.
Why are we not creating our own lane? It seems like we're integrating into. It's like we want to take over their shit and do the same shit that they do. You know what I'm saying?
Why y'all looking at the Mona Lisa? Right. Niggas don't care about no Mona Lisa.
Exactly. No, like, for real. Like, come on. I mean, and then you got to keep in mind, this shows the signs of how the elitism in black music and also black folks who have money and the separation between that to the black folks who don't really have that much money, and how it's it's come off as, you know, you don't really understand our struggle. You're not connected. You're a little bit out of touch. And that's what I kind of got from this album, even though it's a solid album. That's what I got from the album. Even with Nas' album, I was like, why are we still flying to Paris? Why are we still so fascinated with Paris? Why are we still so fascinated with white culture so heavily in our music and everything else?
Right. Why is it still so superficial?
Yeah.
Like, even with a black, it's still that.
At the same time, you're saying, you know, I'm doing shit for Trayvon Martin, I'm doing this for this, I'm doing that for that. Yeah, that's cool and all, but
we love that.
The marketing. Huh?
I say, and we love that.
And we love that. We appreciate that. But, you know, the marketing is not to really empower black folks. It's like, I'm going to speak on this so I can get your attention, so I can continue to make money with these white folks.
Right.
Or not make money with these white folks, do what these white folks do, so I can be on the same par as them. We should set another level of that. Like, success should not be built off of what the fuck white society had created.
Like, if you're gonna be pro-black, why you can't have black designers? Why you can't go to a black museum? Like, I feel like they have the power to do all black stuff. Yeah, they, like, if they could do anything, if they are truly free and they're the biggest artists in the world and they can do anything they want, why not just have all black everything? From black designers to a black museum to saying fuck these white designers, fuck these white, you know, companies. Like, really saying it and not rapping about it and not talking about it. It's like you're still kind of
a couple of albums and then come back doing the same shit that you did.
Right, like,
yeah.
Like, I just feel like I can't. And that's my main issue with the album. I don't know if they claim to be pro-black. I don't know. Maybe, because maybe someone could say, well, they never said they were pro-black. But I just can't get with the whole Lou thing and the Mona Lisa and the Burberry and them talking about, you know, Louis Vuitton this and, like, I don't know. I can't get with that and be pro-black at the same time.
Yeah.
On top of me not caring for Beyonce as a rapper. Now, don't get it twisted. I am a Beehive member. I love me some Beyonce. Even these songs, like, I say I like them, but when I go to the concert in August, I'm still like be in the concert screaming and stuff. So I still love Beyonce. I'm just not, as a Beyonce fan.
So are you one of those Beyonce fans, like, she should have just did an album by herself, not with Jay-Z?
No, she can do it. I don't mind her doing an album with Jay-Z.
Okay.
You know, I just feel like it could have been done a lot better.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because it sounds like a mixtape.
It seemed lazy to me a little bit, as far as musicality and shit. And then also, I think it's kind of like, this album seemed kind of rushed, because, you know, I hear that On the Run Tour 2 is not selling out like it did when they first came out. So,
but you know what? When they announced On the Run 2, I was like, I feel like they just went on tour. And, like, I feel like they're maybe a little bit overexposed.
That's probably it, yeah.
Maybe they could have waited a year.
Yeah.
Because even though, like I said, they're major stars, so even though they're not trying to be in the public eye, it seems like they always are in the public eye, because people are like counting their steps and following every single thing they do. And Jay-Z did just release an album, and they're constantly in the news. I feel like they needed to take some time to just kind of chill.
Right, and then come back with something solid. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because, you know, they definitely can do it. I mean, it's Beyonce and Jay-Z. They have the power to create a super mega great album. And I feel like this album could have been...
They need another trilogy before they did this.
You said what?
They need another trilogy. They needed Solange to drop another album.
Right.
I think come out with another album. Then they can do this.
Right. Like, it needed... I do feel like they needed more time. Because it's very mixtape. It's very Dat Piff. It's very SoundCloud. It just doesn't sound... It doesn't sound complete to me. And I'm...
No.
I like short albums because I don't feel like listening to your album all day, all year, throughout the day. You know, I can dig a short album, but it still has to be an album.
Right.
You know, it can't just sound like you just threw some shit together and...
We need something for the tour, so we're gonna do this.
Like, yeah. Oh, they probably were like, damn, we run out of time. Let's hurry up and put this album out. Like, oh my God. Like, it's not done yet, but I mean, it don't matter. Put it out.
The title sucks. Are you getting a lot of trouble? Let's go ahead and do this, you know. I think that, you know, like I said, I think these people, all these artists, all these entertainers, I'm just kind of over entertainers, period. Over celebrities, period.
Well, we're kind of entertainers.
Huh?
We're entertainers.
Yeah, but I'm still over it.
And you have the right to be.
I'm part of the entertainment podcasting effect. You know what I'm saying? I'm still over this shit. I'm still over the whole. Because, like I said, man, I can't authentically pull the essence of where you coming from. I can't feel the authenticity. I can't feel the desire and really care for black life like that from any of these artists a little more. It's very hard for me to pull that from. And
with that being said, we have to also remember that these people do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so we can't make it seem like they don't.
I ain't saying like they don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Before somebody be like, well, they do this and they do that and they do this and what y'all do? We know that Beyonce and Jay-Z contribute to real life, contribute to the culture, not just by making music, but by doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
But do you think they doing those contributions just to stay abreast on the minds of black folk? You gotta realize, like, black people, we kind of shift culture. You know what I'm saying? And some part of me is like, our culture is being sold out to us or being sold to us. And I think, you know, from the mainstream media to our entertainers to our celebrities, it's like, where is the culture really at? You know what I'm saying? What is the culture of black folks right now? You know what I'm saying? Are we just part of American culture right now? And I feel more of American culture coming through the music and coming through everything else than actual black culture. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think the soul of America is black people.
It is.
So we are America, but I do feel like sometimes the essence of our culture gets exploited and we don't control it, and it gets, even from other black people, it gets taken advantage of, and it's like somebody will see something and they'll take it and they'll make it theirs and they'll put it on the platform and it's watered down. For example, Drake's Nice for What song. That's New Orleans bounce. That's New Orleans bounce all day. I would have much rather, no disrespect to Drake, but I would have much rather hear that song done by someone from New Orleans versus Drake.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I feel like it's almost like Drake heard something, he liked it, it was dope. So instead of, even if he was to get someone to be on it with him, you know what I'm saying? Even if he was to introduce an artist, even if it was Big Freedia, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to have somebody have that essence of that sound, someone who's in, you know, the belly of New Orleans, who can really give you some New Orleans on there, versus just Drake kind of taking the beat and being on it, and now it's, you know, this pop song. So I kind of feel like, but at the same time, Beyonce and Jay-Z are black too, so they have our roots, they have our history, and they have the right to say what they're saying because they us.
Yeah, I ain't mad what they're saying. I'm just saying it just don't feel authentic. You know what I mean? It just don't feel.
Well, do you think it's because they've been so rich for so long?
It seems like a disconnect to me, and it's a disconnect for me personally. But it's like, I don't believe like a lot of these artists be saying a lot of shit. I don't believe half the shit they say. I don't take none of them seriously. I don't even take a lot of people on social media seriously. I don't take nobody on social media seriously, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even take some of the podcasters seriously. Like, you know, people are fickle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can tell, and you can look at the industry, you can look at the wave of consciousness nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody is really authentically about it.
Right. Do you
Nobody
think
really about it. Throw it up.
I represent in 1996? But sorry. But do you think that so what would push this wave of black culture out the way? Because I feel like, well, maybe we're not as into it as we think we are. We think just because we release some songs and see some memes on Instagram that we're really into uplifting our people, but maybe we aren't. And I'm not talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'm talking about the entire people of black people. Maybe Beyonce and Jay-Z's album, Nas' album, the couple of memes, the symbolism is what is keeping us, you know, thinking that we're actually making some progress when really we ain't.
We ain't making no progress. If we making progress, we'd be doing a lot of different. We wouldn't be talking about. We wouldn't have Mona Lisa image in none of our videos. We wouldn't be praising white aesthetics in a lot of our shit. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be praising the fact that a lot of students graduate from Ivy League schools, and that's a blessing. Like, even though it is a blessing,
like we wouldn't even be talking about Forbes list. Like, fuck the Forbes list. Who cares about Forbes list?
I'm worried about the Forbes list. I'm like.
And that's why I feel like
you tell your great grandchildren gonna be on the Forbes list. The Forbes list need to be dead and gone. We better have our own shit by then.
Right, and that's why I feel like we're just as lost as them. And I think this also illustrates that the artists reflect the people, because we lost too. So if we lost and we keep talking about lost shit, I mean, Beyonce and Jay-Z and all artists are just kind of, they're a part of the people, and they're kind of looking to see what we talk about, what we doing. Y'all, this is a reflection of us being lost.
That's exactly.
Because people took that line and ran with it, like, oh my God, Forbes list.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to get at. It's not necessarily the artist's fault. It's not really on them, because they're just as human. They're just as us. You know what I'm saying? They're just as infatuated with commercially how we've been programmed to think about what success look like, what beauty look like, what fashion look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are still running to the Gucci store. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get into the point where we don't tap into our ancestors. We don't tap into the things that spiritually and culturally speaks to us directly. But when we do see it, we gravitate to it, and then we forget about it because the new Maybach out, or the new Jordan's out, or new this out, or new that out. Jay-Z and Beyonce just dropped a new album, and they in front of the Louvre. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Met Gala. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
fuck all that shit.
Recopying, because we constantly recopying. And granted, some of the culture, some of the aesthetics of the white culture is black culture, so we gotta keep that in mind as well. Some of it we do need to take ownership back from it, but at the same time, you know, we running to do the same shit that they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I just feel like.
And that goes for Jay-Z and Nas album. I felt the same way.
But you know, I think that goes for black celebrity in general.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I get it, because we can't say that everything black celebs do is fake. Everything they do is, you know, they not sincere, because I think they care. I do think a lot of them genuinely care, including Beyonce, Jay-Z, Nas. You know, I think they genuinely care, but I do think they're kind of lost when it comes to.
They got a disconnect.
I do think there's a disconnect, because, I mean, how could you blame them when you've been a multi-millionaire for so long? You're used to,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're used to a certain lifestyle, you know, and the majority of black people aren't a part of that lifestyle. So it's almost, they can't help but have a disconnect.
Yeah, we can't relate to it.
Right, like, it's just, they can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the thing is, we see them, we see people like the Jay-Z, the Beyonce, the Nas, Kanye, even Kanye. I guess we could throw Kanye and his white woman in there.
Oh, he's super disconnected. He even disconnected from them, shit.
But we can look at these people and they'll speak to these things of the Maybachs, going to the new Rock and Burberry, all these different aesthetics, going to Paris, flying to Paris, meeting women in Paris. You know what I'm saying? We can watch them and aspire, and we'll start aspiring to live that lifestyle, live off that lifestyle, because that's what the commercialization of these artists. Like, I think these artists being just as exploited as black people being exploited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think they know it though?
And this is the thing. They know it, but subconsciously there's something that they don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they probably know some of the shit that, okay, I'm changing cultures, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but real life, it's like I said earlier, Martin Luther King thought, integration was the best way to uplift and empower black folks. But we're not realizing we've run into a burning building, and now we black people are not having no kind of ownership. We got less ownership than we did in the 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, after a while, you're gonna, when you really wake up, you're gonna realize, like, oh man, that's a lot. That's why most of them stopped rapping. That's why Lauryn Hill stopped doing music. You know what I'm saying? Because they realized that shit.
Do you think they feel like they have an obligation?
That's what it is. I think they feel like they got an obligation, and they try to figure out how to do it, how to go back.
Do you think they're trying to figure out how to please everyone, from whoever controls?
That's a line that Nas said that I loved on that last record. I forgot to say on the last podcast. He said inclusion is a hell of a fucking drug.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what you're just about to speak on is like they try to appease everybody. That's that whole inclusion shit.
From from the black culture people to
or benefit a group of people at all. Just because you're included, because you can still be included, but still have an oppressive regime that still oppresses you, that still doesn't pay you fairly, does not equally pay you fairly, or help you build your own infrastructure, or give you the funds or resources that you need to be able to build on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know. Maybe they trying their best to, make black people or make their core audience and help uplift culture as much as they can. Maybe somebody, this going into conspiracy theory lane, but maybe somebody said, y'all can only do so much. We can't have y'all being too, pro-black, or it might mess some shit up. Maybe somebody said that. I don't know.
Maybe somebody said that, but then again, maybe they just, blindly following the trends. Just like everybody else. So, do you think
with the term trend being used, do you think the pro-black thing is going to end?
I think it has already ended. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it already ended, because I don't think it's as strong as it was last year or 2 years ago. People are so desensitized from the death of unarmed black men and black women and black children. Like, nobody really speak on it, and when they do, it's like, okay, I see it, and keep moving. It's nothing. We're desensitized. We're not empathetic to each other's pain. You know what I'm saying? No longer. Like, and I can tell, you can even tell that from the music. Like, like a lot of this shit that's going on and that's affected us daily and all the time, we rarely speak about on it. We are focused more on celebrity than we are focused on the issues. We got Donald Trump in office, and a lot of shit is going down under Trump administration. Nobody really speaking on it.
Right. I wish either Nas or Jay-Z or someone would use their platform to really tell people.
Fuck Trump. Like, that's, yeah, okay. Why?
Right. To just, because it's
give me a little more.
But even with that being said, that could be them being out of touch again, because a lot of things may not hit them, because a lot of the regulations that Trump is passing, and everyone from Trump to Obama, when you super rich, a lot of shit don't hit you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't. Like, even the whole gig economy from actually that came from Obama. That whole gig offering new jobs and gig economy.
Right.
Trump was just taking the credit for it, but that came from Obama. But it's really fucking up a lot of working class people.
Right.
By 2020, the disenfranchisement between the wealthy and the working class is going to be significantly disrupted. The working class is gonna be low, way lower than the people who are making money.
Oh, and they're already lower. Like that's happening like now.
In real time.
Yeah.
Like 2020, that's when the bubble is gonna burst and it's gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck?
I just hope.
You can tell that from the music. That's why I didn't feel this shit. Like, y'all not speaking to me. Y'all speaking to other motherfuckers who got money.
Y'all speaking to what y'all think we want to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Black Power. I do like that they're a black man and a black woman celebrating black love. I like that. The black family aspect is definitely, awesome. But I do feel like when it comes to just the plight of black people, and maybe that's not what they were going for, I don't know, but when it comes to the plight of black people, the essence of black culture, I feel like they might have missed the mark a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I think what both of me and you are talking about, I think it's time for a new artist.
It is. It's time for somebody else.
Because when artists first start to rise, they're still in the essence of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They ain't rich yet. They still grinding. Exactly. They still grinding. They still got their ears to the street. They still can touch somebody who like super poor. They might be super poor themselves. So they still know what a struggle is. Not that a different kind of struggle. You know what I'm saying? They still can relate a little bit more to an everyday person. So I do feel like it's time for a new artist to rise. And I feel like a new artist could have took this album or even the Nas album and gave it a incredibly different spin because of their everyday, struggle.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, that's our cake right now. You know what I'm saying? I agree with 100% what you just said, because that's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not grounded to the people, they're grounded to the movement, but they see it, and they want to speak on it, but they can't really feel it.
Right, exactly. And it happens. Like y'all have been rich for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, it's nothing wrong with them kind of passing the torch.
No.
Because I feel like this symbolizes that it's time. Because, or they could just sing about something else. Because y'all can't speak, accurately on these issues. Because y'all not about that life no more. Even though we appreciate everything that they do, from the HBCUs to Trayvon Martin to everything that they do a lot of stuff.
They keep doing that and keep working at it.
Right.
I mean, they don't get it after a while. They keep pushing and tugging at it. But after a while, it may be too late if you keep selling us these false dreams.
Right. But as far as someone who can really sing about it, rap about it, be about it, I think it needs to come from a newer artist, because you're going to get a more raw perspective. It's not going to be sugar coated. It's not going to be mainstream packaged. It's going to be just raw.
That's why I'm waiting for Lupe Fiasco to drop his new project. I'm waiting for Mos Def to drop his new project. Yasin Bey, as he is now. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for these things. And,
But I love them both.
Yeah, we love them. We don't hate them.
And the album's not bad. It's still a good listen.
I'm not feeling it.
Right. I just think at this point, me and Corey in our early 30s, and we've heard a lot of music. So besides things having a good beat and a good flow, we actually can take music apart and really dissect it and see if it's really, good. Something to hear. See if they're really impactful. See if they're really saying something that's not just, something I've already seen before. But much love to them.
What I want to hear.
Right, exactly. But what y'all think about the album? Tell us what y'all think. Tell us what y'all thought about us. Shit.
Fuck y'all.
Right.
But thank y'all for listening to us talk our shit. Definitely leave that like button, hit that like button, hit that bell button, subscribe, share, comment. Tell your mama and your cousin too. And until next time.
Peace out.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.